I'm from Lebanon.
I come from Zimbabwe.
From Pakistan.
I'm from Nepal.
I'm from India.
I'm from Lebanon.
I personally would like to have 3 children because I feel like 2 is never enough. It's not never, like it's not enough. I don't know, I've always wanted 3 kids.
I would like to have 2 children. I already have one who is a boy, and I'm hoping to have another one, and hopefully that will be a girl. But if it doesn't work out, I'll try again for the 3rd time.
I think so it's better to have 2 for a middle class person, so it's easily affordable.
Since I'm a married guy, so I have 1 children, and definitely, looking at the financial burden and all these things, because I belong to a middle class family, so 1 children is enough for me.
Right now, India is the 2nd most populous country in the world. So I would really suggest, rather than focusing more on the fact that we are an overly populous country in the future, the government should be focusing more on the infrastructure to provide for the existing population. So in my personal opinion, I would really love people or like families to have a micro or a nuclear family setup, which is 1 to 2 children at the max.
I think I only want to get 2 children because I think it's in these days it's very important to have the financial support for them, and with whatever we're having, I think 2 would be enough to give them all the attention possible and all the proper education, proper support in life, instead of having many and not having less than 2, because probably one of the kids will be lonely.
I think they are allowed to have 1 baby per family. It's called the baby booming.
I think Chinese people usually have 2 children. I think there was a law or a recommendation by the Chinese government to have only 2 children as a child caught up a family. So I think just basically 2 children per family.
As for my knowledge, I think so 1 or 2. I don't know about that. I could have a good guess. Maybe 1.
Definitely, I think they have 2 children limit.
So in my knowledge, as far as I know, I've only heard of Chinese family having 1 children. At the most, or max 2, because I know a couple of them who have 2 children, but they're living in Dubai. But in China, I've heard they only supposed to have like 1 children.
In general, I know that they only can get 1, but they can go up to 2, but they will have to pay for it, like in terms of,
So we all know that having kids nowadays is quite expensive, and for the parents it's a huge responsibility, from university to schools. So yeah.
I think young persons these days, they are so much preoccupied by their lives. We live in a social media age where they are so busy with their own lives. They don't have time to bear children. So most of them want to advance their occupations and careers rather than look after children.
Maybe there is a mindset now that people should have 2 kids and they can easily secure their future and they can easily grow them. So that's why.
Because of the competitive job market and financial burden and the expenses of living, these are the main cases, I think. So they don't want to go for 3rd children, but there must be some support if they will get from the government, all these things. I think they can go for.
To be honestly, the population that's flourishing right now are the millennials. So for them, a child is more of a responsibility than something that they should be doing according to the traditions and the customs of the society. We are a little bit struggling in terms of the financial aspects of it. With the COVID and everything, there has been a lot of decrease in terms of job opportunity, budget constraints and everything. So they are really not looking forward to having children because it's more of of a responsibility. It shapes, you have to spend a lot of time, it shapes up their entire life if you look at it. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why younger generation is saying that they don't want kids anymore.
Because having 1.4 billion, a lot of competition, the society became used to having less because it's already condensed in the capital. So I think it will take, again, time to get used to the new rules.